want to welcome everybody. Give us 2 minutes and we done podcast. We have the referee Charles Kane. We have Mike Washington and myself, Todd Hunt, and a plethora. That's a big word of our guests. We got Donell Atkinson. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We got Chris Jackson. How you doing?
Hey, I'm happy.
We got Marcellus Duckett. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine, man. How's everybody?
You're doing all right, man. Then we got Mr. Jeff Washington.
Hey, what's going on?
If you don't know who he's related to, we know he's a Commanders fan, unfortunately. All right, we got Daniel Smith.
I'm great like sugar frosted flake.
So we want to welcome our cast of people on here. We're going to go through the round of draft picks here, and let us know if you think it's a good pick or not, okay? So we're going to go to the first round, and we're going to start off with the Titans and Cam Ward, the quarterback for the Titans that they selected. You think that was a good pick or a bad pick? We're starting with Chris. Ladies first.
I think they could use whoever they got because they need a lot of help. So I'm going to leave it like that.
Marcellus Duckett.
I think it was a good pick. They still got other holes to fill, but they're starting off a good pick.
Donell Atkinson.
I think it was a good pick. They needed a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Jeff Washington.
Yeah, I think it was a great pick for them. They're going to need
it. Daniel Smith.
It was a great pick, but they got to get a wide receiver.
Of course, Mike, what are your thoughts on it, big brother?
Hey, anything can happen because when we got our man last year, who would have known we was going to be 12-5? I thought we were going to be all right. So Cam Ward might turn them around with some magic.
Well, then which comes to our next pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars at number 2. Was that a good pick or bad pick? Starting with Jeff Washington.
Oh man, why you pick me?
Because you're a Jaguar fan. You just like you get Jaguar on you, man.
I guess it was a good pick for them. I really don't care.
Okay. We got Donell Atkinson. What do you think, bro?
It was a good pick for them, and depending on what position he will play.
Oh, man. Marcellus Duckett. What about you, man?
Hey, great pick for them. A two-way player. I think he's going to come in playing, both sides of the ball. Talking about Hunter, right, Jack?
Yes.
Jacksonville got Hunter, right?
He's
going to play both sides of the ball, athletic. So he's going to be good. But the thing is, he probably be the only good player that they have because they just think so bad. I feel bad for him, but I think it still was a good pick for him.
All right, Daniel Smith.
I think it was a bad pick. I think they should have traded down and got 2 other picks because they need more than one man.
Great point there on that. Chris Jackson.
Well, I'm kind of neutral. I really don't have any strong feelings one way or the other on that one.
This is a yes or no question.
Okay. No.
All right. We got a penalty flag. Yes, Charles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen who's just joining the show. This is Give Us 2 Minutes, and we're done. And right now we're at the 3rd pick of the draft, and we have our host, Todd Hunt, and our major host, Mike Washington. And we apologize that we didn't tell you about the show. We just went right into the game. So I just want to make that apology, and I'm going to turn it back over to Todd because I know he got too much on his plate to just remember our little show.
Oh, man. Mike, we didn't finish with you, man. Do you think the Jaguars was a good pick?
Let me tell you something right now. I wish that they would trade them to us before the season start. Oh. Now, here's a little tidbit for y'all guys. I just learned this yesterday. Did not know that Kobe Bryant was not drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers, but he played every season with the Los Angeles Lakers because he was traded before the season started. That'll never happen, but I wish it would because listen to me. Travis Hunter, they're gonna have to put some meat on him, but he's gonna be a beast. I'm telling you that right now. He's gonna be a beast. And I would play him at cornerback before I would play him at wide receiver. But hey, because they need some help. So So, but my thing is though, he gonna be a beast at wide receiver. But I'm telling you right now, he gonna be sneaky because I'm telling you right now, they'll throw that ball out there, he'll go get it. So that's what I like about him, and he's long.
Well, there's a great point there on that. The Giants, like Abdul Carter, the defensive end for the Nittany Lions. Marcellus Duckett, how you think about that, bro?
I think that's good. I've seen him a little bit. I think I think that's a good pick for them. I wish we could have got it in Russia, but maybe we get something after they start cutting people.
Daniel Smith, man, what do you think about that pick?
I don't think that was a good pick because the Giants' problem is not defense. Their problem is on offense because you got to score to win. I can stop you, but if I ain't scoring no points, it don't matter.
Great point there. Jeff Washington.
Yeah, I agree. I piggyback off of them. I agree. That probably was a bad pick for them. They probably need some more offensive players.
Chris Jackson.
I have to concur. Bad pick.
Donell Atkinson, man. Come on, bro. You looking like the professor. It was a bad pick for them. They need offense.
Well, that's true. Mike, what's your thoughts on that final?
I'm mad as I don't know what. I can't say the word that go behind mad, but I'm mad as I don't know what. I'm gonna say that because I'm telling you right now, I don't need that. The NFC East is going to be so strong this year, and the Giants and added to their defense. They already got a good defensive line. Now this boy gonna be on the other side, so that's gonna put some pressure on one of my tackles. So I don't know where he's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna be on the right side or left side, but I'm telling you right now, he gonna be a headache. And we got to play them twice this season. Come on, man.
Yeah, they might knock out your quarterback if you don't gain some weight. Speaking of that,
that's hating. That's hating right there. You ever got why we got to throw hate in the
Hey man, we're gonna
anyway, go ahead.
hate all throughout this whole thing.
And might I say, the Giants overall, they said had the number 2 best overall draft. So that's another point I want to make. So go ahead. Now go ahead.
The referee called foul, a penalty flag.
Okay.
Yes, ref.
You're gonna get your 2 minutes. You're gonna get your round. Everybody's staying in order, and we can't even have the leader who's hosting. He want to throw jabs and punches before we can get that. So we might turn this hosting job over to our celebrity host and the owner of the show, because you're showing off.
He just in his feelings. He's still in his feelings. He even got his jersey on tonight.
Yeah, I'm into my feelings right now. Thank you for that, man.
So let's stay focused. We almost got through this. We halfway through this first round.
Yeah. So the Patriots was number 4. Will Campbell, offensive tackle of the Tigers. Donell Atkinson, what do you think about that, bro?
I think it was a good pick. They need to protect their young quarterback.
Chris, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a whole lot of beef. 319 pounds. He gonna be all right.
Hey, where's the beef? They got that. Okay. Marcellus Duckett, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I think that's another good pick. Like other 2 comments said, it's a good protection for the quarterback. I think May, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Jeff Washington, what do you think, bro?
Yep, good pick. That was a good pick.
Daniel Smith.
I think it was a good pick because they got to have somebody to protect that quarterback's back. 300 pounds back there.
Yeah, there's a lot of beef back there. Mike Washington, what do you think, man?
The Pats had the overall number 1 selection. So, and what I mean by that is, I'm talking about out of all of their picks, they rated them the number 1 for this draft, and that was a smart pick right there. I'm telling you right now, that's gonna get that boy some time to throw that ball. So, I wish he'd have been on the board when we was there. Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of jacked up there. But then we have the famous Cleveland Browns with Mason Graham, defensive tackle for the mighty Wolverines. Thank you. We're going to start with Daniel Smith, man. What do you think about that, bro?
I think it was a bad pick because they picked the good pick was picked way in the end, and they put that one up there. Now he's not better than the boy they picked.
Jeff, what do you think about that, man?
Yeah, I think it was a good pick.
All right, Marcellus Duckett.
Was it defensive tackle? What is he?
Yeah, defensive tackle of the Wolverines, baby.
Yeah, I think it was a good pick. Yeah.
Chris, what are your thoughts on that one?
Right, yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a good blocker.
Donell Atkinson, what are your thoughts on that pick right there?
I think it was a good pick.
See, there we go. Okay, now we get to number 6, the Raiders. Ashton Genty. Marcellus Duckett, what do you think, bro?
Bad pick. I think it's a bad pick because they don't have no offensive line, so they're gonna kill us. We're getting killed. As Mike would say,
Smith is gonna be gone.
As Mike Washington would say, I'm gonna tell you something right now. They're gonna kill this guy as soon as he touches the ball.
Yeah.
Because they don't have no quarterback, they don't have no line. I feel sorry for the man.
Jeff Washington, what do you think, man?
Hey, I mean, a lot of things can happen. We gotta wait and see. But yeah, right now, bad pick.
Chris, what do you think?
Say good. I'm gonna go on the opposite.
Okay.
Let's see. See what happens.
That's good. That's good. Daniel Smith, what do you think, man?
I think that I don't care what kind of running back you get. If you ain't got no line blocking, you just got a running back that's gonna get killed.
Absolutely.
Just sit back there and get hit. You got the worried look on your face, man. You really worry about them Raiders, huh?
I think it was a bad pick for them.
That's a great point. Mike, what do you think, bro?
Hey, they trying. Now, first of all, if they listen to me, if they can get anybody to block for him, but I'm gonna tell you right now, no.
All that for no. All right, there we go. So then we get to the Jets, number 7. Chris, what do you think about that pick? Armand Mamou, offensive line, Tigers.
What?
I checked up that name. Sorry about that.
Who?
He's another big one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a biggie. He's another 300-pounder. I mean, I think he's gonna be okay.
Okay, great job. What do you think? What do you think, bro?
It's a good pick. You can't go wrong picking an offensive lineman in the first round. He's a stud.
He is a big stud.
Daniel Smith, what do you think, man?
I don't care what offensive line you got. If you ain't got no quarterback, they can block all he want. They still waiting on that quarterback that ain't signed with nobody, so they ain't got nobody.
Jeff Washington, what do you think, bro?
I think that was a good pick. I mean, anytime you can get a offensive lineman that big, yeah.
Marcellus Duckett, what do you think, bro?
I agree with Jeff and them. It's a good pick, offensive lineman, because you got to build it up first, and hopefully, they might get a quarterback. At least they have somebody to block for them. They don't have him now, but at least they got some blockers for whoever they might get.
Okay, that's why they got a running quarterback. Mike Washington, your final thoughts on that, sir?
I wish we had him.
Okay, with that in mind, there we got a lot of I wish. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers. Wow, McMillan as the wide receiver from the Wildcats. Good pick, bad pick. Jeff Washington.
Yep. Anytime you can get a pick up a receiver in the first round, it's a good pick.
Donell Atkinson.
It's a very good pick. Their quarterback is finally starting to emerge, and now he's getting the help that he needed.
Oh, right. Marcellus Duckett, what do you think, bro?
Good pick. Nice, long, 6'4", 6'5", something like that. Receiver. So I think that's a good pick for them.
Chris
Jackson, what do you think?
I have been looking at him, and it seems like he has good hands. Big hands.
Big hands. That ought to help him out a whole lot. If he can catch. So
that's right.
Daniel Smith, what do you think, man?
I think he's a good receiver, but I wish he had fell to number 29.
Hey, good point there. Mike Washington, your thoughts, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not going to even do this to Travis Hunter, but I'm gonna tell you right now, he was the first wide receiver to be picked, because at this point I think Travis was picked as a cornerback. But I'm telling you right now, Tat McMillan gonna be a bad boy.
Okay, there we go on that one. Now we get to number 9, the Saints, with Kelvin Banks, offensive line from the Longhorns. Marcellus Duckett, what do you think, bro?
Well, they should have picked Shador Sanders because they need a quarterback. But I know that's later on the show right now, so I don't even like the Saints no more. So I don't care who they pick. They ain't pick my man.
They ain't going nowhere.
They ain't going nowhere.
Okay, Jeff Washington, your thoughts.
Yep, I agree. They we're gonna talk about that later, I believe. But yeah, they should have picked Shador. But I mean, like I say, once again, anytime you can get a lineman in the first round, that's a good pick.
Donell Atkinson, man, what you think, bro?
I think that they should have picked Shador also. They need a quarterback.
Great point there. Daniel Smith.
I think the Saints need an angel because they I don't care what kind of player you get. If he ain't got no quarterback, you ain't got it ain't no good.
You got no season. Chris
No
Jackson.
season.
Sorry about that. Chris
I'm kind of on the bandwagon with the others. Wrong pick.
Mike, what do you think about that, bro?
KB Jr. was the third offensive tackle selected, and that lets you know when you are selected as an offensive tackle in the first round, you are a bad boy. And so, again, he gonna be blocking for nothing right now, but yeah, I mean, you know, build your lineup, man. Build your lineup. Yeah, build your
quarterback for next year. We got a penalty. I'm sorry about that. What was it, Charles?
That's the red flag.
That's the first section is over. The second round, I think we got how many picks in the first round left, Todd?
We have about from 10 to 32.
We did 10.
Yeah, we didn't get the Bears yet. It would have been number 10. We didn't.
Okay, so for these next picks, for sake of time, just go yay or nay so we can get into the meat of the show.
Okay.
All right, and except for the Lions in Washington. On those, on those picks.
So we're gonna go.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
For the sake of time, for the next 10 minutes.
For the next 10 minutes, there we're gonna go by with lightning round here, as a referee has stated here. The Bears, Colston Loveland tied in for the Wolverines. We're gonna start with Donell Atkinson. What do you think, man? Good pick, bad pick? Yes or no?
Good pick.
Chris Jackson.
Yeah, sure.
Marcellus Duckett.
Yeah.
Jeff Washington.
Yes. Great pick.
Daniel Smith.
Good pick.
Mike Washington.
Yep.
All right. Lightning round for the 49ers. Mikael Williams, defensive line for the Bulldogs. Daniel Smith.
Good pick.
Jeff Washington.
Good pick.
Marcellus Duckett.
Good pick.
Chris Jackson.
Yes.
Donell Atkinson.
Good pick.
All right. Now we get to our favorite team, the Cowboys.
I ain't get to say that.
Mike didn't speak.
Marcellus Duckett, what do you think, man? Good pick or bad pick for the offensive lineman? Crimson Tide.
I don't know. I guess it's a good pick for them. But who cares about the Cowboys? You know.
Yeah, remember, it's yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Jeff Washington.
Yeah.
Daniel Smith.
Last 4 years, they picked somebody named Chris. Bad pick.
Yeah, Donell Atkinson.
Yes, good pick.
All right, now we get to the Dolphins at number 13.
Hey, Todd, why you keep missing Mike?
That's all right.
My bad. I mean, really, Mike commenting on the Cowboys.
No, he ain't comment on the last pick.
It's cool. All I'm gonna say is, unfortunately, yes.
And since I messed up on that, what about the 49ers? What do you think about that? Was that good or bad?
Who you talking to me?
Yeah.
Look. I'm confused because I don't know what the edge rusher is different than a defensive end. You know what I mean? So
same thing.
Yes, exactly.
They just changed the name.
Same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
So then we get to the Dolphins. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Wolverines, number 13. Donell Atkinson, yes or no?
Yes.
Chris Jackson.
Yes.
Marcellus Duckett.
Yes.
Jeff Washington. Uh-oh. Looking at that. We'll get back to you, Jeff. Daniel Smith.
Yes.
Dolphins. Mike, what do you think, man?
Yeah.
And for the Colts, Tyler Warren, Daniel Smith. What do you think, man?
Mike keep hiding on us.
No.
Oh man, Jeff Washington. What do you think about the Colts pick, the tight end?
Yes.
Marcellus Duckett, what do you think?
Yes.
Chris Jackson, what do you think?
Yes.
Donell Atkinson, what do you think?
Yes.
Mike, what are your final
Yep,
thoughts
I
on
wish
that,
we
bro?
had him.
All right, number 15, the mighty Falcons. Jalen Walker, defensive end, one of them Bulldogs up there. We're going to start with Jeff Washington.
Yep.
All right, Marcellus Duckett,
Yes.
Chris Jackson,
Yeah.
Donell Atkinson,
Yes.
Daniel Smith,
Yes.
Mike.
Yep, first linebacker off the chart. Yep.
So then we have Walter Nolan, defensive tackle for the Cardinals at number 16. Good pick, bad pick. Daniel Smith,
Good.
Chris Jackson,
Excellent.
Marcellus Duckett,
Good. Good pick.
Jeff Washington,
Yes.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
Mike, your thoughts, man.
Yep.
Then we get to the Bengals, Shamir Stewart, defensive end Aggies. They need defense. They probably need anything. Donell Atkinson, what do you think?
Yes.
Chris Jackson,
Absolutely. Yes.
Marcellus Duckett,
Great pick.
Jeff Washington,
Yes.
Daniel Smith,
Good pick.
Mike Washington. Final thoughts, man.
They go that edge rusher again, but he's the third one off the chart. And yep.
And then we get to the Seahawks, Ray Zabal, offensive tackle for the Bisons there. Chris Jackson, what are your thoughts on that? Yes or no?
No, I don't like that one.
Marcellus Duckett.
I'll go with that. Offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Jeff Washington,
Yep.
Donell Atkinson,
Yes.
Daniel Smith,
Yes.
and Mike rounding it all up.
He's the first true guard drafted off. I'm telling you, man, when you a lineman like that, yes. I'm telling you right now. You get picked in the first round, yes.
All right. Then we go with the Buccaneers. Wow. Emeka, I cannot pronounce his name. Sorry about that. A wide receiver from the
Egabuka.
Buckeyes there.
Egabuka.
Yeah. We're going to go with that one. Donell Atkinson, what are your thoughts on that one, man?
You gonna go with that? That's the man's name. You gonna go with that one?
Jackson, what do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Marcellus Duckett,
Yes. 6'1". Good. Yeah.
Jeff Washington,
Yes. Absolutely.
Mike, what are your thoughts, man?
Bad boy. Yes.
Ooh, yes. Now we get to the Broncos. Jahade Barron, cornerback, Longhorns. What are your thoughts, Jeff Washington?
Yep.
Chris Jackson,
That's a good one. Yes.
Marcellus Duckett.
He must be good to go to first round. He only 5'11", so he must be good. So
Daniel Smith.
Take a ladder on him with it. He good.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
Mike Washington.
Yep. And the bad boy, because Hunter is the only reason why he wasn't selected first.
Great point on that one. Okay, then we're gonna get to our team questioning their organization right there. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, the Ducks. Chris Jackson, yes or no?
Yes.
Donell Atkinson, your thoughts?
Yes.
Marcellus Duckett,
yes.
Jeff Washington.
From Oregon, absolutely.
Oh man, we got an Oregon fan there. Daniel Smith.
Yes.
All right. Mike, your thoughts on that?
Nope, they should have got a quarterback.
Well, great point. Amarian Hampton, running back, the Tar Heels for the Chargers at number 22. Chris Jackson, your thoughts on that one? Yes or no?
Yes.
Marcellus Duckett,
Yeah.
Jeff Washington,
Yep.
Daniel Smith. We can't see you, but
Yeah, I know my battery low, but it's yes.
oh, okay. Donell Atkinson, man.
Yes.
All right. What do you think, Mike?
Yep. Morion is bad.
Then we get to the mighty Packers with Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Longhorns. Daniel Smith, your thoughts on that one, man?
Anything from Texas? No.
Jeff Washington. Your thoughts, yes or no? Good pick, bad pick. The wide receiver for Matthew Golden for the Longhorns for the Packers.
Good though.
Who's that? Oh, me. Oh, good pick.
Chris Jackson.
Good. Yes.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
Mike Washington.
Charles, I was wondering if he was any kind of Sherman Golden. I wanted to ask him that, but yes.
Yeah, so then we get to
the
24th pick of the first round, the Vikings, Donovan Jackson, offensive line, the Buckeyes, the hated Buckeyes. All right, Donell Atkinson, start us off, man. Yes or no?
Yes.
Chris Jackson?
Yes, because he's Jackson.
Marcellus Duckett?
Yes.
Jeff Washington?
Yep.
Daniel Smith?
Yes.
Mike Washington?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, then we get to our favorite kind of sort of team, whatever you want to say, the number 25 pick. The Giants select Jackson Dart, the QB of the Rebels. Daniel Smith, yes or no?
No.
Jeff Washington?
Absolutely no.
Marcellus Duckett?
No.
Chris Jackson?
Yes, miracles can happen.
Donell Atkinson?
No.
Mike Washington, your thoughts on this, man?
Well, it's interesting. I got to do this, Charles, because the Giants already got two senior black quarterbacks that they picked up, and to bring this brother and bring this dude in, I want to see what they're gonna do. If he ends up starting, I'm gonna be mad. So no.
And let's just remind everybody that the Giants have never selected a black quarterback in the draft. Okay, so with that in mind, the Falcons at number 26, James Pierce, defensive end of the Volunteers. We'll start with Jeff Washington.
Yes.
Marcellus Duckett.
Yeah.
Chris Jackson.
Yes.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
Daniel Smith.
Yes.
All right, Mike, we're rounding it out, man. Your thoughts?
What is the edge rusher?
Okay. All right. But they need defense. All right, we're going to go from there. We have the Ravens, the mighty Baltimore Ravens, part of the DMV there, and some people don't think they are. Naliki Starks. Oh, wow. Safety. Bulldogs. We're going to start with Chris. Yes or no?
Yes.
Marcellus Duckett.
Yeah.
Daniel Smith.
What they needed, yes.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
All right. Jeff Washington.
Yes.
Mike Washington.
Yep, the baddest safety in the draft.
All right. Well, then we get to number 28, the best team in the league last year for the NFC until the playoffs. The Lions select Tyleek Williams, defensive tackle Buckeyes. We're going to start with Daniel Smith.
Yes.
Marcellus Duckett.
Yes.
Jeff Washington.
Yep, from Ohio.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Chris Jackson.
Yeah.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this, man?
Yep, this made y'all stronger.
Hey, I agree with you all. It made us totally stronger. Great pick because we definitely need to rush the quarterback. Now we get to the favorite team here tonight because I'm just overpowered. The Commanders at number 29, Josh Collins, offensive line Ducks. Okay, Jeff, you're going to start us off, man. You're going to start us off, man. You said yes. Okay. Donell Atkinson. Do you think that was a good pick, bad pick? Your thoughts on it? You can count.
Yes, great pick.
Marcellus Duckett, you think that was a great pick?
Yes, I do.
You think that yes? Yes, I do. Okay. Chris Jackson.
Absolutely. Yes.
Daniel Smith.
Gotta protect the quarterback. Yes.
Mike Washington.
Just added 2 more seconds to his progression. Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah. So now we get to the Bills. Maxwell Harrison, cornerback, Wildcats. We're going to start with Marcellus Duckett.
Yes.
Chris Jackson.
Yeah. That's a
Jeff
good one.
Washington. Yeah, good point. Jeff Washington. Daniel Smith.
Yes.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
All right. We're getting to the hated Eagles. Jahad Campbell, the Super Bowl champs, linebacker, Crimson Tide. Donell Atkinson, your thoughts, bro?
Yes.
Chris Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Roll Tide. Yes.
Oh, no. Marcellus Duckett.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeff Washington.
No.
Great descent. Okay, Daniel Smith.
No, they got enough defense.
Exactly.
Mike Washington.
Alabama, yes, they create pros.
Well, now we get to the number 32nd before we get to our final discussion tonight. The Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive line Buckeyes. We're going to start with Chris Jackson.
Yeah, that's probably good for them.
Yeah, they got whooped in the Super Bowl. Marcellus Duckett.
Unfortunately, yes. Now that's somebody else that blocked for that Mahomes.
Jeff Washington.
Yes.
Daniel Smith.
At the quarterback happy, yes.
Donell Atkinson.
Yes.
Mike Washington, your final thoughts in the first round there with that selection?
Yes.
Well, then we got past the first round. We're going to hopefully have another time to talk about the other rounds later on. But tonight, we're going to talk about a subject that really blew us away. It was Shedeur Sanders going 144th in the draft. And this has been an explosive subject. What are you guys' thoughts on it? And, I'm going to I was just giving you guys a little bit more time. But, I want to hear from Donell Atkinson first. What are your thoughts on why that happened? And what are your thoughts on that?
I think that Shedeur should have been drafted earlier. And I think that Shedeur maybe could have done some things differently in terms of his interview process and the way that he was around those executives, because I heard that his interviews did go very well.
Daniel Smith, your thoughts on that, bro?
My thought is that it starts with his father, because you have a whole lot of people that don't like his father. And when them owners get together and they start and they do, because he's arrogant, his father very arrogant because he was good, and his son is good. But I think he was thrown into a situation where he had one strike against him by his father from the beginning. And I know they were going to back off of him, not because of his talent, because his talent speaks for itself. I'm not saying he was the best quarterback, but I'm saying he was better than some of those selected in front of him. So I think it started from a family tree, and he just happened to be a leaf on the tree.
Marcellus Duckett, your thoughts on it, bro?
Well, it's a shame what they did to him. I don't think it was graded on football talent, because early part of the year, he was the third greatest quarterback, if I can remember. And he should have went, and they was predicting it was a fight between him and Cam Ward, who's going to go first. So I had to drop that much. And I can't blame it on Deion. I think every athlete has to have some arrogance to be good, But then you got to see what Deion brings to the sport of football. As he played, nobody can touch him. As a coach at Jackson State and in Colorado, his IQ or knowing football is off the charts. So I just think that for whatever reason, they just didn't like him, and they wanted to send a message. I don't know what message it is, because to my knowledge, he never had any issues. I mean, I'm thinking about all the Baker Mayfields, all them guys who had off the field stuff. This guy didn't hear anything about it. So if he got some flamboyancy or some flair, but his football style was still good, there's no way in the world he should have dropped this far, especially for the teams who needed a quarterback, the New Orleans Saints and the Steelers. That's like, if I was one of their fans, it'd be unforgivable for me to keep rooting for them, passing up on Shedeur.
I mean, you make a wonderful point. Chris Jackson, your thoughts on it?
Great points.
No, I actually felt the same way about it, just being a family curse kind of thing. I don't think it was based on talent at all, which is the sad part about it. And I think I agree with what he was saying. He didn't have that off-field drama. So it's like, what exactly was that all about? But I think it was very humbling, if nothing else. So yeah.
All right, we got the Washington before the Washington. Jeff, your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I think it was a bunch of BS. Everybody was looking for him to go in the first round. He should have went in the first round. If not in the first round, we was looking for him to go early in the second round. So because of all that, we know that it's bigger than Deion Sanders and Shedeur. You know, and that's what they talked about. That's what they've been talking about for the last day or so. But yeah, Shador should have went first or second in that fifth.
Great point on that. Mike, man, what are your thoughts on that, bro?
You got your button? You ready to start beeping? First of all, let me tell you something. I'm gonna say BS because Charles on here. So, but check this out.
Mhm.
It just showed me that they don't want you to be black in nothing. Okay. Now, forget the sports thing. At one time, I started thinking Vegas had something to do with it too because people were starting to bet money. When is he going to go?
Mm.
Smith, Daniel, my brother Dan, you and if you're an entertainer, maybe you can't be arrogant because people might say, well, you kind of, but when you're playing sports, you gotta be kind of arrogant because when we was little, that's the intimidating factor, right? Oh man, Daniel can't check me. You done gone crazy. But if I come out soft, that's how I'm be picked up. Anthony Davis, if you're listening, Anthony Davis is soft, okay? But he need to be arrogant because big as he is, he need to make people think, hey man, you ain't coming in my middle. And if they alley oop it to me, I'm gonna break your fingers if you're trying to block it. But ain't nobody thinking like that. Shador Sanders was raised by Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders came up in a time where the Jerry curl and the jury was cool. He watched his father, but he's an athlete. The boy can play. He won every award you can win. He ain't give himself them awards. Then white people gave him awards. Okay. Then he turned around the program. Him and his father. You ain't know who Colorado was until they got there.
You
Okay.
ain't know who Jacksonville State.
You understand me? You know how much
That's
money
true.
they made off of the Sanders? So
A lot.
stop this nonsense. Every game was sold out.
Mhm.
Them white folks are in the stadium. You understand me? They got people wanting to come to play with them that wasn't thinking about playing with them. So let's stop playing these games, man. My whole thing is they knew from the start. Them good old boys got together and said, "Look, man,
That's
we
right.
got to put this down."
That's right.
And they were scared. They thinking, "What? Whoever selected him, his father already said, I want to coach my son. Is he really going to come take our job?" But all of that aside, there's no way in the world this boy gets drafted in the 5th round at 144. But you know what I like he did? He said, "Thank you, Jesus." Ran out and jumped at this pool and still showed I'm excited about being an NFL player. And he gonna show the world that he can play. Because Colorado ain't had no line. Everybody was mad because Deion got mad and said, "Look, man, I'm gonna bring some linemen in here." You know what them dudes did? They were suckers. So they stopped blocking because their feelings got hurt. If you playing sports, your feelings can't get hurt. So for me, I think it was ridiculous. And I hope he turns their program around. Because first of all, who they got? They got
Flacco.
nah, the boy that they drafted in front of him. Man, please.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Please.
Daniel something.
You done gone crazy.
Yeah.
Then the Ravens
Dylan
old
Gabriel.
the Ravens old quarterback, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna be his only
Flacco.
that's gonna be it. That listen to me. Deshaun
Watson.
he
200
not
million.
gonna be able to play. Okay,
200 million.
so guess what? He gonna be starting. And all he needs is a line to show you what he can do.
That's right.
Right.
So that's how I feel about that.
That's right.
You know,
That's
You know,
right.
stop
like I
playing.
said, when they talk about the interview, you all saw the interview when the coach for the Philadelphia Eagles came out to the press. It's horrible. So you can't tell me that guy was good, but he still got the job.
Exactly.
So, I always say, I think what it is that, this is a thing of we're going to put you in your place. Sounds familiar.
There you go.
Tone it down. We don't want your style in here. And that's what the NFL is saying. It's like, well, we don't want that kind of stuff here. So we're going to humble you. And I think that's a sad thing. You pick the best players to win. You don't go
Exactly.
with other stuff. You pick the coaches that can coach the talent. I was really disappointed that a lot of the other coaches they colluded. I'm a Tom Brady fan. Tom Brady helped coach Shador Sanders, and he didn't select him. So, for them to ignore him and then go to the team that complains about him with the Cleveland Browns, let's understand here too that Cleveland Browns has been a bad franchise for a long time. Dion was a sports broadcaster. He just revealed what everybody's been knowing and saying, hey, they're bad. And so I think they put all those quarterbacks in there so that they can cut them. But this is my thing, my solution for it. I'm not a Browns fan, but I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan. I'm going to buy a jersey just to make a statement. So whatever his jersey is, I'm going to buy it to make it, because what makes the NFL run? Money.
That's right.
If every black person, whatever, a person that likes Shedeur Sanders, whether you're white, whatever color you are, buys a jersey, they're going to have a second thought about it.
That's going to happen anyway. Was Baker Mayfield cocky and arrogant?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Was Johnny Football cocky and arrogant? Was the linebacker that played for the Seattle Seahawks?
We got a penalty flag.
That's because Charles scared. Let me tell you something right now, man.
No, we didn't give Donell Atkinson a chance to respond.
He gonna respond. I'm just jumping off. I'm just piggybacking off of what.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the time clock. That's why that for the next segment that we're behind in our time.
I'm gonna speak for Donell. Go ahead, Donell. Let's talk together.
I'm hoping that that Shedeur will make everyone regret not drafting him, especially the teams that knew they needed quarterbacks. They should have drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
Shame.
Yeah.
All right. Let wisdom tell you the real deal. Everything what everybody said is right. Todd, you say you're gonna buy a jersey. Well, just think about the city of Cleveland. How much money that they're gonna make, not only from jersey, from advertisement. Shedeur probably have more commercial deals than anybody else. Because remember, his salary is not going to be that much when you drafted in the fifth round. But the overall thing is that they treated him just like Kaepernick. Ninja, we run the show. We'll make you or break you. But the problem is you can't break him. And he's going to make it regardless of what y'all try to do. And it is about Dion. It's not about Dion arrogancy. It's about Dion having control and knowledge in football. And he knows how the NFL works. And they saying, oh, we ain't going to be able to deal with it. But you're going to have to deal with him anyway. That's his father. And he may be his agent. You're going to have to deal with it anyway. So you got to think about what that contract going to look like as a fifth rounder. It might be changed. He might not have the same contract as an ordinary fifth rounder. And trust me, they don't want him to walk. They don't want him to walk. How can you pick a quarterback in the Giants when you got two black quarterbacks and that quarterback is not going to start? You're going to pick somebody to ride the bench and watch? Watch what? How you gonna pick two white boys that's not going to start, don't have no credentials? And after the first round, you already know it wasn't about football. It was all about control, making an example, and saying, if you're black, you better think you're still in the cotton field. I don't care how much money your father got. I don't care how much quarterback. We're going to teach you something. But the lesson has not been taught yet. And at the end, when it's all over, you're going to see this boy right. Because you done put him in a spot now, he ain't got nothing but up.
Oh, yeah.
And the endorsement's going to come in 40 going 9. I said Cleveland is going to make a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of attention to the Cleveland Browns. And also, it doesn't matter whether it's good attention or bad. Just like Watson, Cleveland got a lot of attention. So a lot of media and money coming. So that's what I think it's all about. And even Mike in your field, you know how they do. It ain't about how good you are. It's about how I can control you. Every artist have to get a hit. Just name a successful artist, just like they're doing Shannon Sharp right now. Every artist Shannon Sharp had a $20 million contract. And look, they're gonna throw some mess in it.
No, he threw the mess in it when he
Yeah,
dated those
Hey,
young
the
white girls.
girl.
he
I
couldn't
can't
control
take up for
himself.
Shannon.
That was his problem.
Shannon
Yeah,
tripping,
that was his problem.
but it's still a whole lot of white boys out there to do the same thing. That's for
All
sure.
the
Right,
time.
right.
All the time.
And they don't get exposed.
No,
They don't get exposed. You
No.
know. And you talking about picks. We talking about pick. Look at the pick we got right now. Donald Trump.
exactly.
Well, we're gonna move on that one.
All
Penalty
right.
flag.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
move on
it.
that one real quick. But you know,
We're going to the 2 minute warning. Everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Before we go to the 2 minute warning, we have a special guest in the house. I'll let Todd take it. We only see a picture, but it's a beautiful smile.
yes.
So Todd, take it away.
So, you know, right now we're getting the unmute button for our good friend Marva Green. I'm glad that she's here tonight. So she gets unmuted and hopefully we can see you here. But her son is in the NFL draft and he was picked by the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is one of our guests here tonight. And Marva, you know, we want to thank you for coming on our show and stuff like that.
Yes, I'm coming.
Yeah. Yeah, we see you there. And
boy, if that wasn't a funny statement, but anyway.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You got a bunch of comedians on tonight. So
behave.
Penalty flag.
Yeah. Be careful what you say around them.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta penalize on that flag. But Marva, you know, she's written stuff for Trey Songz. She's very accomplished. Her daughter was in a chef. What was it, Chef?
Top Chef.
Yeah, Top Chef. And her son played for the Arizona Sun Devils, Arizona State Sun Devils, but he also played for Coach Sanders. And Marva, you know, your journey is
wait a minute, Todd. You just said her son played, his son did that. What is the son name, Todd?
BJ Green.
Thank
you. BJ Green. That's her son there. Okay. Marva,
you're keeping it a secret.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yes. Hold on just a minute. But as you all know, we've had a series of a lot of events going on since the draft. So I'm getting situated. But thank you all for having me on the call. It's such a blessing to be. I'm acting like I'm a church. It's a blessing to be in the house. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And so I'm delighted to be here, and y'all are gonna see me in just 2 minutes. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Yes. And as she gets on there and stuff like that, she's been you know her.
Now that was a good statement. In 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's the name of the show.
Her journey in this draft has been remarkable. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people don't understand or don't know what goes on.
Todd Hunt's
yes.
So and friends. So
and as she's getting ready to come on, she's but Marva, go ahead and just.
We're going into overtime, just to let y'all know.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. We was in overtime before you got here. Don't worry about
it. Yes. So go ahead, Marva. Don't worry about the camera right now.
Okay. Well, we just wanted to thank you all for all your love and support to our village and community for this 21 years of hard work while we've been.
Did we lose you, Marva? Marva, I think we lost you.
And I'm mad because I want her to explain to us what an edge rusher is, because that's what BJ plays.
No, she's still there. I see her
still
picture.
here, but I think we lost. This would have been a wonderful thing there. Technology.
Edge rusher is a defensive end, just like you said.
Yeah, I'm
she's coming back again.
But it's just funny how you could be the edge rusher and I'm the defensive end.
All right, we see you, Marva.
Hold on just a minute. So I'm here in Arizona, in the land of the desert. Hello?
Yes.
Where we are leading in spite of all that is within. So I'm Marva Green. So nice to meet you. I'm BJ Green II. Mom, and we're so delighted that we're in this journey and you're here with us to share it.
Yes,
Congratulations.
we're happy to have you here, Marva.
I got my Buffs gears on. I'll just have to get my other gear on. So go Buffs.
Hey, that's all right. That's
So,
right.
so in this journey, when your son was going through the draft, can you tell our audience like one thing that people need to understand when your child is going to the draft, what they need to know?
Well, it takes a champion to raise a champion, and so you just have to
Uh-oh.
be. Uh-oh.
Go on, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, Marva. Keep on going.
It takes a champion to raise a champion.
All right.
Is that being arrogant?
No, it's not.
That's right. Thank you.
No, it's not.
Thank you.
And not everyone is equipped for the journey, and so you have to be ready to move to the spot in order for God to bless you, and you're in being obedient. And so that's been the journey for my husband and I that God has called us to. And we've done it with all of our kids to live in greatness. But we had to equip ourselves with that greatness so that we weren't just saying it, we were living it.
Absolutely.
And so tell me another thing too, because your son was coached by Coach Sanders.
So BJ was coached by Coach Sanders, Dion, since he was 5 years old. He was the youngest of the Truth team when they first started. I had the opportunity to work under the direction of the Potter's House in the music ministry, where I was a liaison music director from Clay Academy over to the Potter's House. And so all of Dion and Emmett Smith and all those football players' sons, Greg Ellis, former Dallas Cowboy defensive end, they all went to the school. So all of our children just played together. And
oh, sorry. Sorry about that, Marva. Just unmute yourself again. I accidentally muted you there.
There we go.
Yes.
I was just saying that I had the opportunity to work as a music. I'm in the music. I'm a songwriter, singer, artist, and so I was music director of the Potter's House Clay Academy, which is the school educational division, and I was there as well as my children, and we met most of all the football players that were then Truth coaches that are now elite in their expertise and in their football careers. But it's been a journey that we've started and ended in greatness. So like I said, getting to the spot is a principle in which you have to abide by when you want to do greatness, and then also being obedient to know where God wants you to go, and foreseeing that where you are now, you have to be great in what you're doing so that you can see your future now, and go forth in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Mike come up with a question here real quick, Marva. Is BJ behind you or something? It looks like you keep on looking over your shoulder.
No, those are my children. See, I came all day. I've been talking to Todd and trying to make sure I didn't miss this. We have such a vigorous schedule. It's ungodly, really. And so I don't see my children till the evening, but we've been in school and yoga and strengthening. I handle all the yoga, strengthening, training, running, athletics, and my husband, who's a celebrity chef, he handles all of BJ's Samson Daniel food and makes sure that he comes out like a king. So it takes a whole village, and it takes a family, and it takes commitment and focus and endurance and persistence, and we're here at the end of the beginning.
Yes. Mike, what's your question for Marva?
Two-part. When do you go to sleep? That's number one. And number two, what do you think about Shedeur Sanders being drafted at 144?
Well, we never really sleep. Our days are probably we never really sleep, and our days are like months, and we're very short when it comes to turnover. So if we achieve greatness and it's in the sight of what we do and someone else doesn't, we're not dealing with that. And basically in a week we do a year's worth of stuff. Like I'm a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my weeks are shorter than the 7 days. My week really is 24 hours. Yes. And my month is 3 days, and my year is a week. And and family is family, and Shadora is like family to us, and my son and him are like brothers, and we are very close. And even Deion Sanders said it in those videos that they've known us from day one, and so when you work together with family, it's iron sharpened iron, and so you're never dull, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Marva, like I said, hopefully one time we can bring you back on here with BJ and his friends.
Yes, and
Yes,
we'd love to see you all support and come out. We have handles which Todd has told me to say. It's The Greens Are Hot. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, and we'd love to share with you our journey. There's 4 of us. Like I said, my daughter, she's Top Chef Junior, Master Chef Junior runner-up, and she's a celebrity chef and actress, and she's now off to college to do law. She wants to do sports law, and she wants to own a team one day. And she was the youngest to work for the Broncos as a student and intern, and she's done several other internships and black sports and other things and such. And of course, BJ, which everyone knows, is headed to the Jaguars. And I have 2 other kids. Kylan, who's involved in a lot of sports law too, and then my youngest one, Braden, is involved in Special Olympics. And so we're just a family that strives to help all families reach their goals and have the God-given gifts shine.
Marva, I see why Jesus can't hear what I'm asking for, because y'all got all the blessings coming over there. Good God, have mercy. And I love The Greens Are Hot. That is so funky. The Greens Are Hot.
And so now we get now into the overtime. Oh, go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, Marva, we are so grateful for you to come on our show. You're truly a blessing, and it just shows that you are just an ordinary people trying to help ordinary people be successful in whatever they try to do. That's nothing but the God in you, and that's what we're all striving to do. So you're a perfect example for those divas that wouldn't even honor a show like this. So we are blessed and grateful, and I'm thankful. I'm looking forward for you coming back onto the show, so that will be all yours. You know, when the season starts, we only have one guest on the show. This is just a special show that we try to share with the fans, just ordinary people. So thank you, and may God continue to bless you and your family and your journey, because y'all got a lot of blessings in there. Good God Almighty, you know. So you're doing something right, because He ain't just blessing one; He blessing everybody.
Well,
so
when you honor God, He honors you. And I'm privileged to have such greatness surrounding you. So that's what I tell people. I'm also Canadian and West Indian. And so my parents were immigrants who worked very hard. And so I honored my parents, and so that your days may be long upon the land that God has given you. And so I'm the living legacy of immigrant parents that went from Jamaica to England, from England to Canada, had me so that we were Canadian, and that they were the Underground Railroad for everybody else to come in and be who they are, successful right now. So it would be a waste of a breath and a life if I didn't live to where the standards that they had. And I expect my children to rise past mine and live theirs through.
Amen. Well, you know, we're up and down to the 2-minute drill here. You want to go first there, Mike, Charles, real quick? Myself or Mike? Which one's going to start with the 2-minute, and then we're going to end with everybody telling where they're at there?
We're going to start with you, Todd, and then end with Mike.
All right, so we're going to start with me. So this is my 2-minute, it'll probably be less than that. First of all, I want to say that Detroit Lions, I think they did a fantastic job of getting their defense shored up, you know, and I know a lot of people like wondering. I still wonder with the Detroit Lions, is it the assistant coaches or is it our coach? Because we're going to need we had some really good assistant coaches there in Detroit. I hope we don't have the drop off that we had for the Philadelphia Eagles that year when they lost their assistants, but we'll see for next year. And like I said before, you know, we're rooting for everybody to win in this draft, whatever the case may be. And that's our big thing there. But I'll turn it over to Mike at this point, because that's all I got to say.
Well, I'm gonna start off by saying again, you guys never cease to amaze me. by bringing on Miss Marva Green. That was an excellent choice. It's a pleasure to just have you grace our little show. First of all, I learned something tonight because I'm embarrassed that I didn't know who BJ Green was, but I looked him up to find out. And as a little side joke, we was talking about what's the difference in the edge rusher and the defensive end, because at one time it was just considered a defensive end, but then now I think they put a specialty on that particular position and they call it an edge rusher. But I'm gonna be looking for him, and I'm gonna be cheering for him. And when somebody asks me why do I have a Jacksonville Jaguar jersey, I'm gonna tell them because I know BJ Green's mama.
Yes, we're gonna go out get that jersey too. So we're gonna get Shador and BJ Green's
Yes,
shirt.
indeed, that's right.
And so,
That's right.
Sir.
and
That's
before
right.
we end tonight, there, Donell Atkinson, can you tell the people where they can find you, where to look for you?
We have a ministry called Samson's Dilemma, and we can be found online. Charles Kane knows how to get in contact with me, so please reach out to us. We're trying to help men be delivered from sin.
All right, Chris Jackson, where can they find you?
Hey, Chris Jackson, aka Sister Soldier, comedian, and Missy Thang. I have two personalities, but I'm not twisted. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Christine the Comedian, and I'm on every Wednesday on Doing Too Much podcast, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yes, all the platforms,
All
please.
right, Marcellus Duckett, where can they find you at, sir?
Well, I can't give up my address because then everybody will come to my house. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. That's it.
All right, Jeff Washington, where can they find
Yeah.
you?
Same here. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook.
Daniel Smith, what you doing? Talk to us, man.
I'm a proud member of the First Baptist Church of Glen Arden, where me and Mr. Kane attend, and I'm in a bunch of ministries that just go around helping people, serving food, taking care of the old, taking care of the young, and I can be reached through Mr. Charles Kane, but call him at home so he can have to answer the phone.
Oh man, well, of course, Mike, what you be doing, man? With you, what are you doing this week, bro? Talk to our audience.
I'm actually going to be on the Mix and Mingle tour with your girl Cheryl Underwood and my man Todd. Excuse me, I'm going to say Todd Hunt and Kyle Irby, and we're going to be at the Looney Bin in Little Rock, Arkansas, and that's going to be May 2nd through the 4th. So you can find me on Instagram under Laugh LAFF with Mike Washington. So that's what's happening right now.
Go out there and support them in the ministries there like that. So next time we'll see you on Give Us 2 Minutes. We done podcast. We'll see you again for preseason.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Go Commanders.
Bye.
Now, go Lions. Go BJ Green. All right.